That's not good. Ay, ay, ay. Bummer.
What is it about journeys and exploration that excites us? Is it experiencing new things, or breaking out of the day-to-day reality that defines us? Is it the journey or the destination? Damned if I know, but I'm gonna die trying to find out. The world is a big place, and you're never gonna see all of it. Your rig is a lot of things, among them freedom. Freedom to roam, freedom to explore. But where to explore, and how to explore? That, my friend, is the question. That is the quest. Join me as I traverse the path less traveled in a quest for nothing more than the journey. I'm Dominic Wilbrink, and this is an episode of the High Class Hobo. Hey, and welcome back to another episode of The Build. This is episode 6, which is still on the timing belt replacement portion of the video, and this starts my 3-part frustration with the Harmonic Balancer. So we'll go ahead and get started right now. Let's see if we can actually get this timing belt off today. I think I just jinxed myself right there. This particular portion of the process was extremely frustrating. That tool looks like it should be simple, but it defeats me. I almost did it again.
This plate and this, I got this on the wrong side, I'm pretty sure. Maybe, let's see. Yeah, well, don't want to tighten those on. If I screw this that way, turn that. Yeah, no, actually I do have it right. I'm confusing myself. I'm overly paranoid now. All right, back to work.
Now, as I watch this, I've already got the Harmonic Balancer off, and it was frustrating at the time, but it's kind of frustrating to me right now watching this because I know what I need to do, and I just didn't think to do it in this entire day of work. Spoiler alert, basically that nut right there, that nut bolt thing that I was playing with, that's got to be screwed out just about as much as you can comfortably get it out, and then it will work.
Okay. You ever have one of those tools or parts that just absolutely defeats you? This one I think is mine. I think I finally got it. The problem I was having was deep down inside there, I don't know if you can see that, where this shaft meets and hits that nut up inside there. It was a little cockeyed. It wasn't quite straight. And I was tightening these things on, and they weren't sitting right. Now if you look, you can see it's a little hard to tell, but the spacing here is even. And previously the spacing wasn't all that even. So I think that was the major problem there. So now that I got that, I can actually turn this thing by hand. And when I was doing that before, it was moving the timing, and of course the timing is still spot on right there. So timing is good, and now I can actually turn this thing and it should pull off. So I'm gonna go back to the time lapse and pull this thing off, or go get a beer on frustration. Back to work.
I wasn't completely wrong there, but I was wrong. So anyways, that nut behind there, the problem was it was just in too deep. I threaded it out the next day quite a bit more, and it came right off. So that was the secret, which of course I didn't know at the time. And here I am, just right there. I was so close. If I just left it just like that, it would have worked. And at this point, I did realize I did have a problem. There's a portion of that particular tool where you thread in basically the part that makes contact with the bolt, and the bolt that's in there has a recess in it so that it will basically center that shaft. And the one I'd used and picked was a little bit too big, and it was not working correctly. It sort of worked, but it was like it wanted to slip. So I basically went with a smaller one, and that one recessed right into there like it should. Right, oh, so close. Right there. All I had to do is leave it right near the end. The problem is that when it's in all the way there, it's got that flange or whatever that makes contact with the harmonic balancer. That portion needs to have some space so that when you're pushing against it, the harmonic balancer has room to move and pull out. And I tried quite a bit also to just kind of physically pull it out by hand. And the other thing too is the bolts that I was using that go from the pulling tool into the harmonic balancer were a bit short, and so I was kind of playing with the thread to kind of get that in a sweet spot. And all I needed was slightly longer bolts. And in a moment you'll see why you need slightly longer bolts, because when they're too short you can have a relatively serious problem like I'm about to have right now.
That's not good. Ay. Bummer. Oops. I don't know how bad that's going to be. I don't know if you get to show on this camera, but I don't know if it shows well on this camera, but I pulled the threads right off the end of this. Bummer. Yeah, I need a new mirror, but in looking at it here and whatnot, it looks to me like there's still plenty of thread, and I just had it loose. And clearly I don't know what I'm doing, so don't take advice from me on doing this part. Ah, man, what a frustrating day. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a less complex version of this. The one that I see everybody using the video, the cheaper one. I got the more expensive one, and see if that works better. Because I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos and they all seem to be doing it the same way. So clearly, either it's on there really good. This isn't the right tool. It's clearly different than the ones I've been using, or I'm just doing it wrong. So I'm gonna do a little more research, get a different tool, and hopefully that works this time.
And I did end up getting a different tool, and I ended up sitting on the desk right here next to me because I want to return it, and that tool did work. I was just using it wrong. So I noticed there that I had not labeled one of the tools, and that heater is a lifesaver. It's been like 20 degrees as I've been doing this. It's quite cold, 20 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you in other parts of the world. Yeah, so the next day I believe I do get this thing beat and actually get on with getting all the way down to the timing belt, get the timing belt and all off and all that good stuff. So there's the tool I got, which I ended up not needing, and got to return that one today.
Thanks for watching. Work hard, play hard, be a big softy when you get home, and if I don't see you, have a good life.
This video you've been watching is on my main channel. I have a dedicated channel to just doing overland type stuff, whether it be a Jeep or Sequoia or anything like that. So if you want to see just that type of video, there's a link in the description below. Just go ahead and click on that and it'll take you over to that channel, and you can subscribe there and see just these types of videos. Otherwise, subscribe here if you want to see, well, what you've been watching, and also mountain biking and whatever else I happen to throw up there. Again, thanks for watching. Work hard, play hard, be a big softy when you get home. Be sure to check out the link in the description below for Jeep and overlanding t-shirts, mountain bike related t-shirts, for other loud and obnoxious Jeep shirts.
This mountain bike shirt.
Van life t-shirts, cool t-shirts like this one right here that tells everybody you're not a cyclist, you are a mountain biker.
Kids t-shirt!
And other cool shirts like this one right here.
Buy my dad's t-shirts so we don't have to live on the street.